Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new million video. On my editing tutorial video, I set a like goal of 50,000 likes. And as of recording that video, we have smashed 54,000 likes. So here is going to be the part 2 to this video. But I'm going to be doing things a little more differently than just a part 2. Instead of making a more advanced tutorial, because I know a lot of you guys had problems with the last one, what I'm going to be doing is breaking it down into multiple videos. This video is going to explain everything to do with cinematics. I'm going to be going over how to record them, how to time remap them, the settings in Fortnite, and loads more. So stay tuned and don't skip the video, because if you miss some parts of it, you're not going to understand the whole thing. And also, if we get 30,000 likes on this video, I'm going to buy a PS4 and make a video on me trying to edit an entire montage on it. It would be such a funny video, so make sure you guys drop a like on the video if you want to see that. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, we're diving straight into it. So once you have your clip, make sure you save your replay file. But before we do that, if you guys do want to support me, you guys can use my code. It's really appreciated. It really helps me out more than you think. Okay, so this is the clip we're going to be working with. I didn't spend much time on it, so that's why it's nothing special. Okay, so diving straight into it, you want to go over to your settings. For console, you guys should be fine. Your settings are already on high for pretty much everything. But depending on how good your PC is, you want to turn your shadows off, your anti-aliasing, and your post-processing. Those are the main important settings. So for your FPS, something around 120 or 60 is great. That's all you need for cinematic. Make sure you also have all colorblind mode off, because you can go into Premiere, After Effects, or Sony Vegas, or whatever editing software you're using, and add color correction to it. For recording, I use OBS. It is easily the best software. I use OBS because you can get really high quality videos, and you can also record in higher frame rates. For console, you guys are clipping on 60 FPS, so I feel bad for you guys, but this tutorial is completely doable on 60 FPS. So we're just gonna scroll through the clip and slow it down a little bit, just so we can get right to when we kill the person. So if you've never used replay mode, this is a little brief explanation of it. The left joystick moves your character around. The right joystick moves what the camera is seeing around. As you can see, this is the camera's view. The right trigger makes you go up, the left trigger makes you go down, and the bumpers zoom in and out. That's basically all you need to know for a replay mode. And if you combine all that together, you can just go ahead and zoom down really smoothly. The first one I'm going to do is panning to the left, and the next one I'm going to do is panning down. So I've just got over a little hand cam from a controller so you guys can have a better understanding of what I'm doing. So to get in the right position, we're just going to click on this little tab down here and click on drone free, and then we just zoom out a little bit to about 21 millimeters. Okay, so on Xbox controller, you just want to click this little X here. This will just slow it down to the slowest drone speed. Now we have to get our settings right. So if we just go ahead and go onto this little camera icon here, then we can see all of these settings. Usually auto exposure on is pretty fine. You can change the focal length here, but you can use the bumpers on your controller just like that. Then we can change the aperture. As you can see, this is aperture 1, and you can see all the blurry background here. And then when we go up to 22, it is not blurry at all. Nothing is in focus. Now we have autofocus. Autofocus messes up a lot, so I usually keep it off, and then I change the focus distance to where our subject is actually in focus. So to just get rid of this HUD, all you want to do is hold down on your left stick, and then it just goes away. The best thing about replay mode is there's so much creativity. You don't have to do this exact cinematic sequence. Whatever ideas come to your head, you can do it. Now I'm just gonna hold down on my left trigger and move my joysticks like that, and we're just gonna go down and pan all the way down to the character. And just like that, I got the first try. That was actually very lucky. Usually it takes a few more takes. And just for demonstration, we're going to record another cinematic where we're panning to the left. So for the cinematic, we're just going to use our joysticks to go to the left. And we're also going to use this joystick to look to the right. So if we're doing it at the same time, we can keep our subject in focus just like this. If we didn't use our right joystick, we would have just been going like this. So it's really important to use both joysticks whenever you're doing your cinematics. Okay, so the hardest part about the video is over. Now what we're gonna do is time mapping. Okay, so I've gone ahead and got in a song from one of my previous montages. This works actually perfect for what we're trying to do. Okay, we're gonna cut the point on where our cinematic started. We're gonna drag it over here. So now we have this, and that's where our cinematic is gonna be put into. Okay, so this is the part where a lot of people struggle with. We wanna click on our clip, right click, go to show clip keyframes, and then down here to timing mapping, and then we go to speed. Now, if we go over to our effects controls panel, okay, we're gonna go to where we want our speed to end. It's a bit confusing, but just trust me on this. Go to where you want your clip to start getting slower. So we're gonna click our keyframe. Okay, so on the left of the keyframe, we're just gonna drag up on this and just timing map it to whatever percentage looks good. Gonna have a look at this now. Okay, and if we play this back, way too slow, but we're getting there. What we're gonna do is just drag this all the way up again. Now we're just gonna go ahead and put our clip where we want our song to be. So what we're gonna do now is just keep timing mapping this a lot more. Something around about here is good. Okay, so if we just click on the half keyframes, we're gonna get this blue dot and squares. Now we're just gonna drag this to the right, and it's gonna make a nice beautiful curve. If you remember watching my editing tutorial video, you will know how to do this. Now let's just play this back. Okay, that looks really good. Okay, we're gonna highlight our clip, hold Alt, and drag to the right, and that's gonna make a duplicate layer. Now for this duplicate layer, we're just gonna have to crank this all the way up until it fits this little space here. Now we right click on that clip, we go to speed and duration, and we click the reverse speed. Now if we play this back, obviously there's no effects, transitions, any of that, so it looks really dull. But once you've added all of the effects, it will look so nice. We're gonna go ahead and go on to the other cinematic that we recorded, and we're gonna do the exact same thing just so you guys have a better understanding. Again, let's just click on our clip, right click, show clip keyframes, timing mapping, and speed. We're gonna go to where we want our clip to start getting slower and hit our little timing mapping icon here. Okay, so just like we did in our last cinematic, to the left of the keyframe, we're just gonna drag the speed percentage all the way up, just like that. Now again, let's make a little curve by holding and dragging to the right and left, and we'll speed it up a little bit more. Now we just want to click on one of the half keyframes, the little dot will come up, and we'll drag it like that. We hold Alt on the clip, drag it to the right, and there we go. There's our duplicate, and we speed this all the way up, just like so. And then we select the clip, right click, speed duration, and we check the reverse speed box. And if we just play that back, just like that, we make a very simple cinematic. And once you've added effects, transitions, color correction, and sound effects, this will look insane. Now, if you guys want to see another video about this where I go completely in on effects, so I'll explain how to make these cinematics the best they can be. I'll explain velocity, I'll explain keyframes, I'll explain the entire lot. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video. Anyway, if you made it this far, make sure you comment Premiere Pro down in the comment section. I'm going to be trying to heart as many comments who say that. So what I'm going to do now is render the version we have here, and then I'm going to add effects on just the cinematic, so you guys will see what we'll be able to do on the next part of this tutorial series.